everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madonna, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my favorite no makeup look. So since summer is coming up, I assume all of us want to look the best that we can, but you don't want to be spending 30 minutes in the morning doing makeup. So if you guys fall into that category, this video is definitely going to be for you. So like I said, I'm going to be teaching you guys my favorite natural makeup look. So this look I have been doing for a few weeks now, so I've really gotten it down and altered it to how I like it, and this is how it turned out. But before we begin, I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel because that'd really help me out, and also give this video a big thumbs up, and of course comment on my video if you guys want to see more videos like this. But I don't want to keep this intro super long, so if you guys want to know how to do this makeup look, definitely keep watching. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up my hair with my claw clips so there's no hair that gets in my face or anything like that. Alright, so before we apply the makeup, the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of set my face, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna apply some facial cream and some Supergoop glow screen. This is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I've been using this for months now, and it really hydrates my skin, and it's such a good base for applying makeup. And I feel like I've talked about this in a few of my other videos. I literally live by this cream. Okay, so a new product that I have been using is the Glow Screen by Supergoop. I don't think I've ever seen this brand before, besides from recently, so I don't know if it's actually new or if it's just a new trend, I guess. And this gives me the perfect glow on my skin. And I just put it on after my moisturizer, just so it can sink into that too. And since it's summer, we need to be applying sunscreen a lot more, because I'm always not applying sunscreen. It's so bad. So I purchased this to kind of hold me accountable to applying more sunscreen on my face, because we don't want to be wrinkly when we're 45 years old. So I'm gonna let this set in my skin for a few minutes before applying makeup. Alright, so the next step of my natural makeup look is concealer. So this is completely optional. If you guys have perfect skin and you don't have any dark under eyes, you can totally skip this step for an even more natural look. But me, I have a few blemishes around my cheeks, and I have not been getting enough sleep recently, so I have a lot of dark under eyes. So yeah, the concealer that I'm going to be using today is the Glossier, I don't even know what it's called, I got this ages ago. This is the Stretch Concealer in shade G9. And what I do is I just put a little bit on my index finger and just kind of tap it in under my eyes. And keep in mind, this stuff is super dewy, I think that's the word. So if you don't really like a super glowy concealer that's kind of shiny, I would not go for this. But if you do, this one's gonna be perfect. And another concealer that you can use that's a little bit cheaper, that kind of gives off the same kind of effect as the Glossier, is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This one I bought a while ago too, but it's the hydrating concealer, and it's a super light concealer too, so it works pretty much the same as Glossier, because Glossier can get kind of expensive at times, so that's a good dupe, I guess. Okay, so now that is kind of blended into my skin, you can go ahead and either blend it completely with your finger, or you can use a beauty blender. I like to use a beauty blender just so I know that I've gotten everything, if that makes sense. So I kind of just touch it up a little bit around my nose and where my finger doesn't really blend it as well. Alright, so next, after I finish blending, I'm gonna apply some contour. So the contour that I use is actually not even contour, it's concealer, and this is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I just got it in a darker shade than my skin, so it kind of gives off the effect as contour. I don't always do this. I usually like to stick to a powder, but since we're going for a more natural look, I feel creamy contours and things like that are more natural. So what I do, I just kind of put a couple dots above my cheek line, I guess that's what it's called. And I grab my Real Techniques beauty blender and I just kind of tap it into my skin a little bit. Now that it's kind of blended in, I'm just gonna use a contour brush and kind of blend it in a little bit more. Also, contour is completely optional too. I know a lot of people don't like doing it just because it takes up a lot of time in like their makeup routine. But this is like kind of like, you know, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do here. So now that I've contoured, you can also do a little bit of bronzer. This is one of my favorite bronzing palettes. This is by Undone Beauty, and you get this at Target. I think it's like $8, and these are like the 2 shades that you use, and they are so pigmented. Like, I kid you not, you guys. You can literally just like tap your brush in, and it makes it so like in your face, I guess you could say. So that's why I like to kind of tap it off. And I like to go at like the top of my forehead here just for like a little bit of definition to add to what we did before. And I personally don't like the look of like a crazy amount of bronzer or contour, so you can kind of just like build it as you want. And this is what the face looks like so far. It is still really natural looking, which I like, so it doesn't look like there's like too much makeup on your face. All right, next I'm gonna add blush. Blush is my absolute favorite part of my makeup routine, and the blush that I've been using is the Rare Beauty blush. Everyone has been using this. It's super popular right now, and a little of this goes a super long way. So I just kind of brush off the excess on like the lid here, because like one dot goes so far and I don't want to look like a clown. So I kind of just like apply a little bit like this. Then I grab this like stipple brush and sort of just like tap it into my skin. If you guys don't like the look of like a lot of blush, you can definitely add like a powder blush instead, and you can add a little bit. But me, I like the look of like a sun-kissed like rosy cheek type of vibe. Because since it's summer, you know, everyone's getting a little sunburn, and this just kind of adds to the effect a little bit. And after the blush, you can also go in with like a little bit of powder. This is what I like to do, because since the Glossier concealer is like a little bit sheer, it kind of like smudges on your eyes and like it kind of creases a little bit. So that's why I like to set it. So what I do, I just grab this random like Kat Von D powder that I got in like a sample from Sephora like 3 years ago, and I just kind of tap that in to my... I just dropped the powder everywhere. Oh my god. Alright, so that was not cool, but there's still a little bit left. So I'm just gonna like dab my brush into this and just lightly set my under eyes and my eyelids. And I don't recommend setting like the whole face, just because that'll give it more of a matte look. But I feel like since it's like more natural, since it's more of a natural look we're going for, we want more of a glowy look. But we're just gonna lightly set the under eyes so it doesn't look atrocious. Okay, so now we're gonna do the eyebrows. I've been kind of growing out my eyebrows a little bit more just so I don't have to do as much to them. But for today's video, I'm going for a super natural eyebrow look. So I grabbed this e.l.f. I don't even know what it's called. I've had this for so long. It's like an e.l.f. wax pencil. So what it is, it's just eyebrow wax. And I just brush this through my entire eyebrow from like start to end. So now my eyebrows are like stuck to my face, but I'm gonna grab a spoolie and I'm just gonna brush it through. I'm gonna brush it up first, and then at the top of my eyebrow right here, I'm just gonna kind of bring it down to form the arc. The arch? You guys know what I'm saying, but the kind of arch shape that we're going for here. Okay, so you can either leave your eyebrows like this if your eyebrows are dark enough, but mine unfortunately are not. So I grabbed this super old Benefit Gimme Brow eyebrow brush, I think it is, and I just lightly brush through my eyebrows. I definitely want to get my eyebrows tinted at some point just because I'm kind of over having to fill them in with this like spoolie pencil thing, but as of right now, this is just gonna have to work. And that is the eyebrows complete. All right, so for the final couple steps, I'm gonna do my eyelashes. So the mascara that I use is the Essence Lash Princess, the purple one. This is the Sculpted Volume. So for me, I just curl my lashes. I start with my left eye. I don't really know why, but I do. And immediately after I curl it, I go in with my mascara and just add a little bit to my lashes. And then after I do this eyelash, I go to my right eye and then I curl that one and I just do the whole thing again. So if you want, you can like leave your eyelashes like this, like after only doing one coat, or you can just keep building onto your mascara until it gets more of like a vibrant eye look. So now that the eyelashes are done, I'm gonna do one of my favorite steps, which is going into like the inner corners of my eyes with this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This one is just the white color. I feel like there's different like shades of white, but this one is like just white. I don't know. So I just go in the inner corners of my eyes. I love filling in my inner corners just because it makes my eyes look so much better. And then what you can also do, you can also go into your brow bone right here and put in a little bit and just kind of dab it in with like your finger. And yeah, that is the completed eye look. All right, next we have highlighter. So the two highlighters that I typically use are either the Glossier Halo Scope or the ColourPop Light Stick. So for today's video, since this is the cheaper alternative, I'm gonna be using the ColourPop one. So I just kind of go above my cheekbone right here. And this stuff is super pigmented too. As you can tell, I just did like one line and it's like crazy bright. So as you can see, I'm just like using my finger again just to blend it in. And this stuff is super buildable, so if you want a lot of highlight, just keep adding more and more coats to it to get that like glazed donut look. And then you can also do a little bit on your nose too. I typically don't, but for the purpose of today's video, I thought might as well. And then the final step, lips. So lips are totally up to you guys. If you want to have like a lip gloss look or like a lipstick type of vibe, you can do that. But I'm using the Laneige lip sleeping mask, and even though it says sleeping mask, I use it literally as a lip balm because why not? And this is in Gummy Bear, so it's literally grape flavored. I love it. And this stuff has literally saved my lips. My lips have not been chapped in so long just because I use this stuff all of the time. And then you can also set this makeup look too. I don't own any setting powder, so I'm not going to be doing that today. But if you guys do own setting powder, setting spray, not setting powder. If you guys do own setting spray, I'd recommend totally like setting your face. But since I don't, I'm obviously not going to. All right, here's the look again, a little bit more of like a close-up angle. And I am so obsessed with how it turned out. I'm gonna be doing this a lot during the summer. And if you really get like this whole like technique slash makeup look down, it'll literally take you like 7 minutes to do. Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, comment, and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel because that'll really help me out. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!